Olá, muito boa tarde, muito boa noite, muito bom dia, depende da hora que estão a ver. Estamos aqui no podcast Falam do Teu Caminho e hoje tenho uma pessoa muito especial, que é o Andreas, mais conhecido pelo Bionic Pelegrin, que é um amigo alemão que eu conheci no caminho português e que faz o caminho várias vezes. Ele é amputado de uma perna, ou seja, ele faz de muletas ou faz com uma prótese. E vou chamá-lo, nós vamos falar em inglês, depois onde existir aqui legendas. Eu vou chamá-lo já para não perdermos muito tempo, porque o Andreas está na Alemanha, está a trabalhar e disponibilizou-se. Ok. Hello, Andreas. Thank you to come here. And the first thing that I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Who are you? And where are you come? And everything. The people know you a little bit better.
So first of all, bom dia.
Bon dia.
I love it to see you again. It was one of the greatest moments in my Camino time to meet you.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think that the Camino always gives you what you need, and you were
Wow.
Thank you. One of the parts.
Thank you.
So my name is Andreas. I'm 45 years old. I live in the south of Germany, small village near Nuremberg. I don't know if you know it. And I'm married. I have a daughter. She's 14.
Okay.
And we came together because you see that only one leg. That's my story.
That's fantastic.
So this begins when I was 19. I had cancer, bone cancer in the knee.
Okay.
But I have radiation and everything, some operations and so. And my right leg was amputated in 2016.
2016.
So
8 years ago.
Yes, 8 years ago, and cancer was with 19, so I have 20 more years roundabout with 2 legs after cancer.
Wow. And you made the Camino before that or after that? It's when the next action, when you did discover the Camino.
Yes.
And when is your first Camino? It's something to do with that moment?
Not especially, but when I was 19 and I had cancer, I take the decision to try everything what I want to try. And in 2000, I think 6 or something like that, a German comedian wrote a book about the Camino.
Oh, yeah.
And walking was not my biggest thing because I think the people see me right now. I'm not the typical walker.
No, you are a physical guy, sportive.
I'm too big. So, but I thought it could be something for me. So I decided to go the Camino Frances in 2008.
Yeah.
I started in Pamplona and then walked to Santiago. I think it was 7 weeks or something about. And I have another second Camino, or first Camino. It was the first Camino with one leg. It was in 2017.
Okay, you made one before from Pamplona?
No.
The first one that you made, you were already just one leg. Was that?
It was with 2 legs, and I felt addicted. So after the first one, I walked every year.
That's something that's happening. It's happening to me as well. From the first moment, I used to say, if Camino touch you, you're never gonna let you go again. You bring the Camino with you, and we are always thinking, where is the next one?
Hate it or love it. Hate it or love it.
Yeah, hate it or love it. Yeah.
And so Camino was for me a big part after the amputation. It brings me back to life, something like that.
And you made as well different walking roads, because I see in your Instagram you are very active.
Yes.
But Camino, it was the first big walking road. It was the Camino that.
Yes.
You made the first time.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And then I come back. I did my first Camino. I finished in Santiago.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You have to work.
Yeah.
At the first Camino, the plan was to go to Finisterre.
Okay.
But at that time, when I arrived in Santiago, for me, that was my finish. I know it. I don't want to go on. It was perfect for me. So the year after, I go to Finisterre. The year after, I started in Leon. Then I do the Norte. and then
it's fantastic.
the Portuguese.
And I saw you in the Portuguese. I guess it was in 2019 or 2021. I don't. Maybe it's. And you go. Yeah, I don't know. You go with a young guy. I don't know if it was.
Yes, with my compañero.
Your compañero, and you know, one of the guys who comes with me walking, he was complaining a lot. You know, before see you. He was complaining about, my food, this hurt, this is not good, this is not. But then we see you. You were in front of us, and then I take the photo and I made the video and I link you to Instagram because, and then the guy who comes with me, it was like a game change, you know, after he see you, because he sees someone who have so many strong and can pass by the difficulties, you know, and you are smiling, you are with a very good energy, and the guys see you, and it's like it was a game change, because sometimes you have to see, and that's why I talk a lot about you. You have to see people who don't have the same. Well, you have some different difficulties from us. It's not big, but it's a different difficulty, and people sometimes have to see that. Well, this guy is just amazing, you know, and it's like, and he started to do the Camino. The Camino touched him in that moment, you know. Well, and I think
I have to say something about that, because for me I understand it, but for me it's my life. So for me it's nothing special. So I have to know that people think like that. But for me, it's my life. It has to go on. You cannot stop. You cannot stop.
Of course,
and I love my life, so I love.
But that's beautiful, because you make it strong. You know, it's like, well, this is what it is, and let's go, and let's go walk, let's go do. We don't gonna stop, as you say. I have to do the things that I love in life, you know, and I have to taste it, and that's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna make another different question. It's more like the logistical. Do you usually plan your overnight stays or without planning? How you do it?
It depends on the Camino, which one it last. This year I was on the Francés, so I don't have to plan because there are so many options to stay.
Okay.
When I do the Camino Portugués, normally I know the most of the albergues which I sleep.
Yeah.
But what I normally do is the evening before, I call the albergue from the next day and say that I will arrive, and I'm very slowly. And the thing is, I want to take my time on the Camino. I want to drink my coffee. I want to drink my cerveza. I want to talk to everyone who's on the Camino.
And I guess that is the good energy of Camino, is don't go fast, just go in your own way. I work as a guide with people. I bring people to Camino, and that's one of the things that I used to say. You know, if you want to walk fast, okay, go walk fast. I go with the last one. You know, I go with the last person, because you have to feel it, and you don't have to look to the watch. Okay, just go down and everything. So you phone in the day before, just to say, okay, I'm gonna sleep in here, and book me to get me a bed, please.
Yes, and I need a bed abajo. Every time abajo, because the people think about my leg is the problem, but the problem is I'm too heavy. I'm 120 kilograms when I sleep arriba.
Wow, 120. But you are not fat. You are a muscle. You are a strong. You are not fat. Okay.
Thank you.
You are, and I see your Instagram. I follow you. I know you break a lot of sports in gym and everything, and that's something just amazing, you know. And okay, let's go to another one. I have the questions. This one is.
You said something like right now that you have to take your speed. And the Camino where we met together, it was a Camino where I don't wear my prosthetic legs. I go on crutches, and I was so slowly, but it was the best Camino ever, because I noticed everything on the way. It was perfect.
Okay, so when you go slower, the Camino that you made slower, it was your best Camino, because you have time just to feel everything around you and everything.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I remember the moment, you know, I saw you in the road. It's like a small climb to down, and then we were walking, and we approached from you, and then I say good Camino, everything, and then because you have your bag with your Instagram link, and then I put you in, and I link you, and then we see in Redondel and have a beer together, and pizza, and I play didgeridoo with you and everything. It's just, and that's the moments that I think it's special in Camino, the share that you have with different people and the stories that people tell and everything.
That is Camino.
Yeah, there is the Camino. Okay, let's go. I gonna this one. You have already talked a little bit about this. It's the difficulties that because of your special condition. What is the specific difficulties that you find? You have already told that you have to sleep in the not above, but in, I don't know the word, but under the
but that is because of my, not because of the leg, because I don't want to sleep upstairs, and someone is under, and I fell down.
120 kilos, if you go down, it's a lot of kilos. But you have some like technical, I see the claims, maybe.
The crazy thing is that the walking stuff is the easiest for me, because I'm good prepared. I walk every day to be prepared for everything in life. So that is not the hardest part. The hardest part is everything in albergues. You have to go in different showers with one leg. You jump inside. It's slippery when there was someone before, and it's the life around. Sometimes in the evening I can't wear my robotic leg, because when you walk a lot you have to take care of it and make for the next day that you're fit, and then you go on crutches, and then you have to buy your bread or something like that to carry it. But there are not so many problems, really.
Okay,
and
it's like
I lived with it 8 years. So.
It's something that you are used to. Yeah. So you say that the albergues, the preparation of albergues to receive people with that kind of specific, to enter in the shower, to the usual, the normal things.
The Portuguese way is pretty good for handicapped people. There are many wheelchairs showers, and it's flat. You don't have to go stairs because they are near. This year, when I was on the Frances, there are old albergues where the sleeping rooms are
above the stairs. You have to go to the stairs.
So for me, it's not a problem. But I think when you're in a wheelchair, it's tricky. But the Camino Portugues is pretty good. The big albergues have separate handicapped washing rooms and something like that. So
you have already. Do you made the Primitivo?
I tried it 2 times, but the weather was so bad, so I changed to the. But it's
difficult.
It's on the bucket list. It's on the bucket
list. It's my favorite. Because of the difficulty and the you have some stages where you have to physically. It's difficult, but it's very, very beautiful. And then
when I use my robotic leg, I also use the crutches instead of sticks
to help you.
So for me, sometimes it's easier to go up a hill and down a hill because I can use my upper body strength.
And you are prepared to. And that's. But the technically of the climb or the go down with your stick, you don't feel the problem with that. You can do it. Okay, and you usually made with the second leg. Usually you made the Caminos with the second leg. That time that I see you is one of how many Caminos you made already until now?
I don't know. That's good. I don't know. It started in 2008.
That's good. Every year you made.
I see you. Not in the year when I had my amputation, because my doctor said at my amputation, I said I have to walk the Camino again. That's my goal, because when I know I do the Camino, I can do everything. When I'm prepared for the different showers, I can go in my shower at home. When I walk the Camino, I can go with my family to small hiking trails or something like that. So I said, I want to do the Camino on the day of my amputation. Wow. And the doctor said, it would be hard. So I said, how long would it take for healing? He says, 1 year. it was in May. So on this day, I booked the flight for June the next year.
And you booked the flight. You booked the flight on that day.
Yeah, he says 1 year. So 1 year it was 1 year and 1 month. So it was more than he said.
You give
no
1
problem,
month.
Huh?
You give 1
no
month.
Problem.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah.
So it was no problem. And then that was my.
Yeah, but that's a story. That's fantastic because you get the amputation, and you book the plane to go make the Camino.
Yeah, that was my goal for the whole rehab. So after amputation, you go to a hospital for rehab, where you walk, you learn walking again. And I said to everyone, hey, next year I want to go to the Camino. What should I do? And they say, well, it worked hard and blah 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 blah.
But you made a lot of times already. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I tried it, and I made it. I didn't know if it happened, but it was good.
But you made the decision in your brain. I guess that's the biggest. That's strong. You made the decision, and you tell to other people, and that's like I'm gonna do it. And when you say to other people, it's like you really have to do it because you are tell to the other people that you're gonna make it. It's like It's like I don't know how I say in English, but it's something that you give your word almost. I give my word that I will do it.
Yeah. For me and my family, I said I have to do it, and it was.
And your family, when you go, they are worried about you. How it is, because it's normal that they're worried about you.
Yeah.
They're worried about me. Sorry, Andy, and I'm,
Yes, of course they worry about me, but they know it. They know that I need the time off.
Yes.
I need this 2 or 3 weeks to charge my batteries, and
definitely.
And so they know it's good for us all. We have right now we can take a video call at the evening. So and I have the 2 girls. They are better without me because the only thing I do is I make work for them, so it's no problem.
I see with your friend, it's younger. From you, the guy that I see. But your daughters want to go do the Camino with you, or it's something that they don't.
She promised me I get a present. I think 2 years ago, the present was she walks the Camino with me. But I don't know. I don't know if it happens. Right now, she's more in putting lipsticks on it.
How old is she? How old?
She's 14.
14. Oh yeah. I have one with 13 boy and another boy with 8. And with my wife, we are planning do it when the youngest have 10 years. That's my goal.
But there are many children right now on the Camino.
Yes, I saw children with 8 years in Caminho Inglês, and I see in the images in the Facebook and in the groups. I see some photos. I know a girl and a guy. It's a Pelegrin from Portugal who made the Camino with children. He have not all the Camino, but she makes stages, And the children, the first time he go, he will have 4 years, and he made 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers stages with 4 years, and I say, wow, this is amazing. But okay, I'm gonna ask you a different question. No, it's not this. It's do you plan? No, it's this one. Sorry. What was the most beautiful Camino that you have made? What you prefer?
As I told you, for me, Camino is not the way or the way you walk, it's the people you met. So I think the Portuguese way, I met beautiful people. When you ask me which is the really beautiful Camino from the views and something like that, for me it's the part between Leon and Seria. The French way, Cruz de Ferro or Cebreiro, something like that.
Cebreiro.
But for me it's about the people. But when you ask me which is the
in question, because the people, you could find people in different Caminos, and it's like something that it could happen, but in nature, in story, and this part, it's like
Portuguese is pretty nice too. But for me, this is the hills are bigger. Everything is a little bit bigger at this part. So.
Yeah, as I am, I prefer the primitive because the nature and the mountains and the small villages, that it's. I don't know if you feel that when we enter in the big city, it's like the energy. It's like you came in the kind of energy, and then you enter in Ponte Verde or in another big city. I don't know if you feel that, but I feel it's like something that are not in the same frequency. The cities are not in the same frequency that we feel in the small towns, in the Caminho with less people. Do you feel that that difference?
Of course.
Yeah, that's something. Okay, let's go. I want to ask you if you have some kind of history, special story that's happening to you that you want to share. Something, that you.
Of course, the story with you was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was completely different to everything else. But at the last Camino, there was a small story, because I always think when you go to the Camino, you have, for me, is it to stay calm, to enjoy every minute, on the Camino. And there was a man running beside me. He was running
No.
And he said, I want to go to finish it today. I started early morning, and I hope that the Camino ends pretty soon. And he told me that he's in a hurry, and he finished. He ends work in Germany because he has too much to do, and everything is so stressful and something like that. And I thought, but you did the same thing right now here. You run the Camino. And then I thought, for 10 kilometers, I think about that, and I thought, am I wrong? Is this the way, or is it the other way? But the story is that on this path of the Camino, there was no coffee.
No coffee. There is no shop.
But I read that in the middle, perhaps there's a small stand where a private person sells coffee, and it was raining. But it's not there every day. And I met a woman in the morning, and she only says, hi, what's with your leg, blah, 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 the whole story. Then she goes. I met this guy, and then there was the coffee station. It was there.
Yeah.
And the wife also was there. I met in the morning.
The two of them, it was there. Okay.
Yeah, but she was faster, but she was there. And then she said, I have to tell you something. I'm here. I had breast cancer last year. And for me, the Camino was, I finished radiation. I was pretty down with body and with mind. And I did the Camino to go back with body and mind. And then she said that it was pretty special for her to meet me, because I fight cancer and
your story. Yeah.
And that was enough for me. But if the coffee station wasn't there, which was not planned, I wouldn't meet her again.
Yeah.
And she couldn't tell me the story. I didn't know it. Yeah. And for me, that was so special. And I think the coffee station was there. Because someone says you have to be there today.
Yeah,
And so for me, the man was and I thought I do everything okay. Everything is okay.
Because each people have his own Camino, and I don't know. I used to say the Camino give you something that it's so good. It's like the time is like spending. The time get bigger because you walk, and we usually in our life go in the train, in car, in moto, in whatever to the work, and the reality pass this way, and we going this way and pass. And the Camino give you the opportunity to walk 6, 7, 8 hours, 8, 9, 10 days, and your brain started to go slow, and that's what you're talking about. Just go slow, feel, smell, listening, just be prepared to what Camino have to you. And that story of there is a coffee over there and you stop there, it's Camino gives something to us. And we don't know what we do to the other people. That's an opportunity. The girl talk to you and say that what she feels and what you give to her. But we don't know. because we are walking, we meet people. Sometimes we are 5 minutes speaking with, like us, we have 1 hour or so together and everything. But what?
Imagine I didn't know her name.
Yeah,
and she didn't know my name, but she told me the story.
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
fantastic.
That's Camino.
Yeah, that's Camino. That's Camino. That's when you talk to that people, to the people walking with you, things that maybe you don't talk to your friend in home, you know, things that you talk in here and don't say, and that's Camino, as you say, that's Camino. Okay, let's go because people are working, and
me too.
Yeah. But you're looking at, okay, this one you have already talked about this, but what you are looking from Camino, why you do it, why you still do it, why you still want to do it?
It's my happy place. It's my happy place.
Yeah, wow, that's fantastic. Yeah.
I want to collect moments, not things.
Yeah.
I don't buy many stuff or something like that. So it's my happy place. And people who walk the Camino, you know that Camino feeling.
Yeah.
So, and I want to bring it a little bit here. When someone walks in Germany, it's not normal that you say hello to someone you don't know.
Yeah.
But I say,
Yeah.
have a nice weekend to people I don't know. And then
that's Camino. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. We feel freedom over there. Yeah. Freedom and the people
freedom
walk there.
Freedom is a good word. This is good.
And the people walk there have something to do with us because they are there, because they are doing the Camino. If they are doing the Camino, there's something that keep us together with these people. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last. It's like you are one of my references. I usually talk about you, your strength, your resiliency, and you are incredible to doing that. So I would like that you give some advice to people who have the same or similar problems that you have, you know, because you have something to give that people, to something, and that's advice. What you could advise to someone who have in the last month just cut his leg or something like that, and this moment are very, very down. What you have to do to that people, to that person?
I think this for every people, because I get the question from people with or without handicap. So for me is don't think too much. Take the first step and see what the second step will bring to you.
Wow.
That's everything, and that's my life.
Fantastic.
Don't think a little bit. It's good to think, but not too much. Take the first step, try it, and see what the second step brings.
Wow, and I'm gonna use that one. Okay, don't you mind? I'm gonna use that your thinking, because I guess it's beautiful. It's beautiful what you say. It's very, very true, you know. And people sometimes don't think, don't try, and don't do it, and just stay in the same place. That's something.
For me, failure is a big part of my whole life, because I always set high goals for me. It's mostly I don't reach them, but the way to the goal is much more bigger than the goal itself.
Because you try it, because you do something to get there. We could not get there, but we do it something, and we are better after we do something to go to the goal. Well, Andrew, this is 30 minutes that I say. I am glad to talk with you, and thank you so much to tell that you share your story. And I'm gonna keep talking about you, your strength, your resiliency, and how you made, and that thing that you say, think, try the first step, see how it take, and go the second one, and that's very good. Andy, maybe we see in Camino. I don't know. I will go in
September next year.
You go in September? Okay. Yeah. What is the Camino that you're gonna make?
Portuguese.
I will make in April the Portuguese from Valencia. It's 1 week, you know, but I will work in Valencia, and I will go make the spiritual as well. It's similar, but in Pontevedra you go to the left and go to Armenteira and go to Nova Rosa. I will do in May and in April. In September, I don't know, but there's one that I want to know, that I want to do. It's Caminho Salvador. Let's go from León to Oviedo.
Yes.
But that is to go alone, you know.
Lower from, I heard
that's to go alone, you know. That's our Caminos to work. Okay, I bring group there, but there are other ones that it's to go alone and just to go enjoy. Andy, thank you very much, and I love this conversation with you. And well, good Camino to your life.
Bon Camino to all of you.
Bon Camino. And thank you. When this go when I put this on the net, I will send you to see, and you could share as well. And I will book your name in here okay. And thank you for everything. You know, that's good. And good Camino for you and for your life. Okay. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, Merry Christmas. Let's go. Let's go work. See you.